I want you to imagine this. You quit nicotine after 6 years of consumption, and for the first time, you're feeling free. But then you think, what if it doesn't last? What if you're just one bad day away to light it up again? This question literally turned my life into living hell. Fast forward to 3 years ago, I quitted smoking after 10 attempts I did. I was hopeless and pessimistic about it, but here I am, literally being nicotine free for 30 freaking days. I even couldn't believe my eyes at this point because I literally end up in pain so much for this result, and I couldn't help myself to feel proud and proud. But suddenly something started to creep into my mind. What if I was just one bad away to go back? What if I light a cigarette or even take a second-hand smoke and become triggered into this, and this thought starts to become rationalized in my brain? I start to think every possibilities I could imagine, and I realized I was never free at this point. Yes, maybe I didn't smoke for 30 days or something, but I did this for 6 years, and literally this thought turned my life into a nightmare. Right now I was constantly checking cravings. Right now I was trying to isolate myself because smokers are everywhere. Whether you go into cafe, lounges, halls, they're everywhere lighting a cigarette, and I was so afraid to get triggered and go back to this habit because I did so many success in this. I mean, how many people could abstain 30 days without losing any day? I was one of those, and I didn't want to lose my title either. So I literally become careful so much and did whatever it takes to pass more days. But that's the thing Big Tobacco exactly want from us. They want to see us constantly in panic. They didn't know what to do in his life and just search for triggers. Because that's one of the most crucial points to relapse. I mean, look, they're perfect in their craft for 200 years. They're still adding chemicals day by day like ammonia and tar. But these cigarettes are not addictive. And I know you're saying right now, wait, it's not addictive? I'm literally got hooked onto this. Yes, I lost my 6 years too. But the thing is, it's just a habit that people adopts and drops. I mean, there's a person in your life, and I bet he starts smoking whenever he wants and he stops smoking whenever he wants. And you couldn't help yourself to look towards to him and just how he does that, you know? Because if you know the secret, you do it at the same time. But I'm telling you, he's not panicking or thinking about cigarettes gonna hook me, hijack me, or any thought whatsoever. But unfortunately, we are the ones who's literally searching for cravings and dying from panic like I did in the past. That's the exact thing that tobacco companies do wish. Because if we act cigarettes is just a normal habit that could drop any time, they don't want that. They literally want us to suffer so we could think about it constantly. And when our minds think something about 24/7, it has a way to end up there. That's the exact thing they trust on. Otherwise, the chemicals and anything they add to make it addictive, they're just on the surface level on the iceberg, but on the bottom of it, they rely heavily on the belief system. I mean, all of us started this habit because of a certain emotion. We want to be relaxed, we want to be cool, we want to be more social, or maybe we want to have more pleasure by smoking and drinking coffee. As you can see, either we chased pleasure or tried to avoid pain. But once we light our cigarettes with these intentions, we're literally gonna become hooked. But if we realize what's going on the surface level, even at the down, and become conscious about those, we're not gonna get hooked from the cigarettes. Because we kind of doing this habit because we think it's useful. I mean, literally think, you're doing so many habits in your life, drinking water, going to sleep, or anything you could imagine. You do all of those because you think it's useful. And when it comes to cigarettes, which is a bad habit for sure, we still even think that useful. And I know how cigarettes could be useful, you're saying to me. But remember the down of the iceberg. If our belief systems think it's useful, and if we do a certain thing with these intentions, we can't help ourselves to program into subconscious mind and become hooked onto it. That's the exact thing that Big Tobacco trusts on. Otherwise, neither chemicals or even nicotine is gonna make us addictive. If you made your research on that, literally all of the nicotine evaporates in 12 hours. And here we are trying to discuss if we pass the 3-day, will cravings stop? Strange, isn't it? Now you see everything much more clear. Now you see the brainwashing we got actually been through, and you are one step closer to freedom. Because quitting smoking is actually making the thing conscious, realizing the down of the iceberg. And once you do that, who's holding you back literally? Tobacco companies, addiction gurus, doctors, or even non-smokers? No one. You're free as a bird at this point, and it's your right to be free as a bird in your life. So if you want to quit smoking, there's a link in the description to book a call so we can make this reality. This is I2, and I know you're gonna make it.